Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name's David.
And my name's Joey. And today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Tillotson 212, as he calls the Tillotson.
High horsepower.
Higher horsepower. I wouldn't call it high horsepower, but it's 10 horsepower. It is a 10 horsepower stock engine.
This is on the high performance side for what you can put once your easy kit on it.
Yeah, the 2PC.
Easy kit. That's retailing at around $350
After shipping.
So it's very economical for a very lightweight aluminum boat like this.
Construction, California exhaust and evaporative emissions control warranty statement. We're not going to worry about that.
So a motor like this weighs, we're talking about 40 pounds.
This one's not electric start.
So the idea behind these is the power to weight ratio.
And we're gonna see if this is an ideal setup for John boats that are lightweight. Because this motor, the flywheel itself is rated at 10,000 RPM. It has a higher compression head. It can tolerate hop-up kits, so if you do a stage 1 on it, it's gonna handle all this stuff really well.
Similar to what would be a Honda with a stock intake that's a little bit water resistant. Your exhaust is still limited to spark arrestor and it being melted down.
So it looks just like any other Honda clone, but it is upgraded from the factory to 10 horsepower.
And the internals is what's really key. That's where manufacturing and the attention to detail is what's going to really give you, once you get to higher RPMs, where those things could affect.
This one's supposed to hold 16 to 20 ounces.
That's already a big benefit because on a half quart of oil, that's the only cooling aside from air.
It's exactly the same, other than the fact that it's been, I believe, upgraded in its head, flywheel, and valves. That's what's giving it the extra horsepower. As far as I know, this motor is an 87 octane motor. But even with it being a little bit upgraded, it's still running at 87. Comes with a spark plug wrench, which also doubles as your propeller. It appears that this is an exact copy of the Honda GX200 type air filters.
I like the idea that it's sealed.
I'm hoping that this is going to be the ideal 1436 John boat setup.
The weight to power ratio is something we're looking at, especially like me building this boat. I tried to build a light deck, trying to keep it real efficient. This I see doesn't have a oil pressure switch, does it?
It does not. This is more racing kart oriented, so it does not have an oil pressure sensor indicator. You have to make sure that you're checking your oil because it will not automatically shut off if you don't have enough oil in it.
For us, when you go boating, you're out there for a couple hours, so you could actually notice if there's oil leaks. It's this cylinder right here with these air fins, that's where all your heat's generated. All the oil's carried down here.
These motors are comparably priced. I got it for $189. The throttle linkage here looks exactly like the Predator. The throttle cable should be able to go straight through here, bolt to here. After you take out that bent washer, you'll be able to have your squeeze type throttle cable.
We will be testing
the Duromax 7 horsepower versus the Predator 212 to see which one is the fastest, more optimal motor.
So we got 2 boats, 3 engines.
Actually, we have 3 boats. I have a flat bottom John boat, 1436, and then I have a 12-foot V-hull John boat. So we have 3 different hulls to test with different configurations.
Yeah, see, from the
Today, Junior?
from 3 configurations, we can see what's going to be the best. If you got 2 people you want to go fishing with, if you're going to go solo and you want to go fast.
The V-hull is slower per horsepower size, but the V-hull has the highest weight capacity, which means I can put the biggest motor, and it also cuts through waves better in weight and is more stable on the water.
Stage 1 kit would be less restrictive muffler.
I saw the stage 1 kit and it said 11.5 horsepower. You're only getting a horsepower and a half.
Since these engines are universal, I could buy that same 1 kit
and it will go on here.
And we can do it on the Predator.
Ideally, you want either the straight exhaust that goes that way, or you want the loop exhaust is the one that's actually going to give you the torque and the power. The straight exhaust that goes back that way, it gives you no extra power.
You want back pressure to maintain that torque. A straight pipe at times lets you rev up to the RPM so fast.
And that's why the tuned loop exhaust gives you the extra torque and horsepower.
The way we're going to be able to measure that is we're going to have a GPS to measure speed, a tachometer to see the RPM. We know the factory RPM, what their power band is. We'd be able to run different props at that speed and see if the engine stalls, if it bogs down, if it drops too low in RPM.
I have a feeling that this one creates the higher horsepower because it's able to get into the higher RPM range. You're turning a prop like a 6.5 prop at 5,600 RPM.
And most engines are designed to go 3,600 RPM.
But this motor is already built strong.
We're excited about this one.
This is a very exciting motor.
This is going to be, stuff we're going to invest in, having fun with, but at least we could share it with you guys. So Joey, thank you for hanging out. Like and subscribe to our channel.